Hello, fellow Cravers. We're back for another top 5. I'm still here with Kev. How you doing, mate?
Hello.
Hello. And so yesterday we did your top 5. Now it's my turn to do my top 5. As always, like I said, if you haven't watched any other ones, might as well do the rules. I've still got to follow them as well. So we can't have any game that we've played for the first time between December 2016 and the end of November 2017. We can have remasters as long as we haven't played the original game, and you can't have any game that's not been complete. So, for example, like early access games or episodic games. Episodic games, yeah. So, anyway, I'm going to kick us straight off, mate. My first. And the first game in my top 5, as I get my phone, is Sonic Mania. So, have you played any? Yeah, the 2D one.
I've only played Sonic games when I think were first out on the Sega Mega Drive and that. But yeah, I've not played any.
Well, did you enjoy the one that was on the Mega Drive?
Yes, I did. It was my first Sonic game I played. I really did enjoy it.
Well then, mate, I do recommend you picking up Sonic Mania as well. So, if people don't know what this one is, this is the what we class as the fan-made of the 2 games that came out this year.
Oh yeah, it was fan-made. Yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah, so it is basically the classic 2D Sonic. You could actually, I think they said that they want it so that it not run on a Mega Drive, but could run on a Saturn.
Right,
so it's got to be in that balance there. But so it went back to the whole 2D style of it, including some nostalgia parts that you got from the old games, but adding a twist of a new thing to it as well. And I think it's basically shown, hopefully it's shown Sega itself that this is what the fans wanted. This is what Sonic game the fans wanted. The thing is, they want it to go back to the old school, and the thing is, it's which you're going to notice in my list a little bit. It's the old school games are still quite popular, if anything. Yeah. The thing is, it's those franchises that people still want from it. Like I said, Sonic Mania itself. The thing is, we heard about it at the end of last year. And of course, like I said, it's been released now. It's on Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, PC. I think it's on as well. I think it's pretty much on most things. And like I said, it's something that I played so much when it first released, and I do still go back to it time and again. I've got it on Xbox myself. And like I said, there was another Sonic game that came out this year, Sonic Forces, which I'm going to say it was an alright game, but at the same time you can see the complete difference between the two, and that 2D works so much better for Sonic, and that is the stuff that people want. And it's, like I said, being 2D as well, it's got a longer lifespan compared to a Forces game. And I think what it was is that Forces was more experimental, if anything. Yeah. So it's not if anything like that. The thing is, it's also indulged to people who are fans of making their own Sonic characters, and we know there's a lot of people who like to make their own Sonic characters. We've been on the internet. But it's definitely one of the games that I do recommend, and a good game that has come out this year myself. Yeah. So my second game on my list is I'm going to say this. I played it for the first time at EGX, and I didn't fully get the game until a couple of weeks ago. But because I did technically play it first time, and it was actually a level in the game, I'm going to count it myself. And that is Super Mario Odyssey.
Right, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so, so if people...
Is that the Mario where you can change into stuff?
That's the one where you can possess things, yes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've seen a few videos of that.
Yeah, so this is the marquee Mario game that came out for the Switch. The thing is, we know how popular the Switch has been since its release.
Oh, it's very popular.
And it's one of the games that a lot of people do recommend. If you get a Switch, you've got to get this game anyway. Which it's not a surprise, it's a Mario game. The thing is, you've got to get a Mario game for a Nintendo console. I've played other Mario games. I played the ones that came out on the Wii U as well, and on 3DS.
Yeah.
And fortunately for those games, they ended up going back to the 2D, 3D side-scroller type of design to it.
Right.
And it's a good idea for the first time doing it, but then it kind of got a bit, oh, they're doing it again.
Yeah.
Okay. The thing is, it wasn't a new Mario game out for the previous generation of consoles for Nintendo, I would say. The thing is, it felt more like, this is a remaster, go and enjoy that. And I think the only last one that was a bit more innovative for a Mario game was the Galaxy series. That was on the Wii.
Right. Right, okay.
Yeah, and the thing is, I was a little bit skeptical at first because I'm not a huge fan of the open-worldy type of design most of the time. The thing is, I like a bit of a linear path for me, so because I can easily get lost. And especially with this one, because there's so many... So you're collecting things called moons this time, not stars.
Right.
And the thing is, there's so many moons in this game. It's like, for example, one area, which... New Donk City, which is the, the one with the humans, like, characters in it.
Yes, I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, so with that area, there is 69 moons you can collect in that one area before you complete the game, complete the actual story of the game. Then, once you've actually completed the story of the game, you can get these, like, there's these cubes that you notice around the world in different locations. You activate it, and it brings more moons out for you to collect as well. So I think, so I think I was told that I think there's about 400, 500 moons in the game that you can collect, but you can collect even more by buying moons as well from the shop. So, and the other thing that was a little bit more innovative with this one as well, it's not got really a life system this time around as well. So if you so you can get 3 hits, or if you get a special hot, you get 6 hits. If you lose all your hits, instead of losing a life, you drop 10 coins instead.
Alright, okay.
And coins are not that difficult to collect. I think at the moment I've got about 4,000 or 5,000 coins. So technically that's like 400, 500 lives if you look at it that way. And plus at the same time you can use these coins to buy moons as well. And then there's a separate currency for each world as well in it as well. Which gives you new...
Alright, okay.
Which, another thing I like about it as well, you've got different costumes in the game as well. So they actually went full force with this game, and I'm happy that they did. And like I said,
seem to.
Yeah, like I said, if you do get a Switch, if anyone gets a Switch, this is definitely a game that I would say one of the 2 games that I know of that you should pick up. The other one, which I can't add on the list because I've not played it yet, Breath of the Wild. Of course, just an honourable mention to that one. The thing is, that's Game of the Year for a reason.
Zelda game, isn't it?
Yeah. But anyway, enough talk about that because now we've got a lot of Mario footage on the screen. My third game, a game that I have thought, I think it's the second most played game this year on the Xbox, and that is Destiny 2.
Right, okay, yeah.
So
I know nothing.
You know nothing. You know nothing. I thought you played a bit of Destiny 2, or was it? Probably was Tat.
Probably joking.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, you did play it, mate. You joined us. Bloody missions. Well, I'm stupid. You're in a video for crying out loud. Anyway, so look, did you play the original Destiny as well, mate?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So you know what the story was like when we first went into that game. It was a little bit lackluster, if anything, wasn't it?
Yeah, you only got story from those Grimoire cards,
Which I'm happy they're
If
not there
anything.
anymore.
which no one looked at.
No one looked at. I'm surprised if the website's still available at this time. Yeah, so we got Destiny 2 this year. I think a lot of us were a little bit skeptical when it was first. We knew that a second one was coming, either way.
Yeah.
I was a little bit skeptical, thinking, oh, damn it, do we really need a second one of this? And the thing is, it's nice to see that I think Bungie has been given a little bit more liberty with the story this time as well. The thing is, it feels more like a Bungie story was added into this. And even just for the actual main quest in it, is definitely a game that I would say is worth picking up. The thing is, it feels more padded out. And, okay, I agree that after you've done the main story, it does seem to a little bit drag on afterwards. And you have got a little bit of that grinding. And unfortunately, by the sounds of things, the new DLC that's come out has been a little bit of a letdown, I've been told.
Right, okay, yeah. I haven't touched Destiny for ages.
Yeah, same. Be honest, same here, because we've had other games that have come out, but I can't deny that it has been a really good game this year, and we've had so much fun from it. And that's the thing, for a game that costs 40-50 quid, that's what you want. You want a good story, you want to have fun with your friends, and even with the grinding bit, it was alright at the start, and they did try, it's such an improvement from the original one as well. Which, to be honest, the original one...
That's a little improved.
Yeah, the original one didn't really improve until the second year of it either. Which... The thing is, we've seen many games that do that. I think CTG could say it really didn't improve until we started getting close to the second year itself. The thing is, this year, apart from the little lull season where we had the Operation Health, it was still a really good year for that game as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was.
And so, like with Destiny 2, I sort of expect the same thing. When it comes into the second year of it, it's where it's going to kick off even more, and if it's kicking off even more from what it's already got, I'm really, really interested to see where this game goes. But like I said, for the game itself this year, I think it's been really good.
Right, okay.
My fourth game is a game that came out at early point of this year.
Right, okay, yeah.
And it's going to be a bit of a shock for the fact that I'm not a huge fan of this kind of series of games. This genre of games, sorry.
Right, okay.
And it's Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm kidding, it's not that.
Jesus Christ, you do that, I'm leaving.
No, it's Resident Evil 7. So,
oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so I ended up playing it for the first time during the descent into insanity this year. And I've seen other people playing it. I think Ryan played it, didn't he? For a little bit on a stream.
Not sure.
More than likely, if anyone played it, was Ryan. I know Tactics played it with VR as well, but I'm a huge fan of the Resident Evil series itself. I think it's one of the horror series that I will pick up straight away, no matter what. And I have been disappointed with 5, definitely 6. 6 was a train wreck. And
right, okay.
Yeah, and it was nice to see that they did take inspiration from things like PT and other survival horror the survival games nowadays that you get. And the thing is, it's basically put the one thing that we've always said about these kind of games, that if you were stuck in that situation, you have a fight or flight reflex. Now the game's like saying PT in that lot, and Outlast is another good example of that. You can only just flight. You don't get the option to fight. Resident Evil kind of gave you that option with that game, and that's what I love about it. And I haven't played the free DLC that came out this month, yet. I'm going to probably do that as a stream. But I'm happy that it feels like it's been refreshed, if anything. And
it does a bit.
And I was
new take on the series.
Yeah, and I'm hoping it continues going down that path as well. The thing is, this is what I think a lot of people have been asking for. The thing is, we don't want action adventure Resident Evil game, which we've been getting. This one has been a survival. This is survival horror. This is simple enough that the point that there is situations in that game where you cannot kill the guy. You can knock him back for a bit.
Yeah.
But you can't kill the guy until a certain point. And then they still come back. Which is, But, like I said, I'm interested to see where they go if Resident Evil 8 gets made, if they continue following down this path, which they should.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was a little bit worried about it going first person and getting too much inspiration from things like Outlast. But they did put a twist on. I think, to be honest, it's been, I would say, one of the best survival horrors of this year.
It's definitely been a really good one.
Yeah, and
from what I've seen.
Yeah, and like I said, it's one of those for a game that came out early this year, and a lot of people will be, oh god, yeah, that game came out this year. The thing is, that's what kind of thought pattern you have with this, because it's been such a game that has been focused on. You could even say a little bit like Horizon Zero Dawn. They ended up having a DLC that came out. Was it this month?
Last month Horizon had the DLC come out.
Yeah. The thing is, because it's been such a short time, and it's a big DLC as well that came out, you could technically class it as expansion for it. You keep forgetting things like those kind of games came out this year, and especially this year itself has been such a great year for gaming in general. And next year just looks even better, if anything. From what games we know should be coming out, which is saying.
Yeah.
But like I said, Resident Evil 7, great game, and I do recommend picking it up. It's on PlayStation 4, Xbox, and I think it's coming out on PC. I don't know if it is out on PC. Yeah, it is.
I think it is out on PC already.
Yeah. But I would say recommend, if you've got a VR, have a go of it. If you've got PSVR, because I know Tastic did definitely recommend having a go of that on VR itself.
Yeah.
But anyway, my last game, which is not.
I think I know what it is.
Yeah, it's not a bit of a shock. I've been talking about this game for God knows how many years, and it has come out this year, and it did not disappoint one bit, and that was Cuphead. Cuphead. What can I say about it? It's a beautiful game. I can't.
It does. It looks a lovely game from what I've seen. People playing it.
The thing is, it, like I said, we've known about this game for many years now, and we've had games which have been delayed over and over again that have also come out this year, like Last Guardian, for example, which was a bit of a letdown, if anything. But with this game, you can easily tell how much work they put behind it, just from its because I think it was all hand drawn, wasn't it? I think the only parts that wasn't.
I think so, yeah.
I think the only part that wasn't was when it was being coloured in. I think that was actually digitally coloured in, but most of it was just hand-drawn images, which is nice to see. And it also, to me, it shows how much gaming has improved over the time. That we can get things that were from 1930s design-wise, and we've now been able to put them into an actual working game, which is nice to see. Where you could actually have someone come in and put some game footage of that, they'll probably think it more as a cartoon than an actual game itself.
Oh yeah, definitely has the old style 30s, 40s cartoon feel of it.
And it's not just that, it's a really tough game as well. which, okay, we've had many games that do that. Like, for example, one of the biggest known ones, Dark Souls itself. The thing is, how many times I said it's like a Dark Souls game, but and I would say, yeah, okay, it is a little bit like a Dark Souls game in its own, but it's more of a bullet hell game, if anything. Which, if you don't know what bullet hell is, it's to a point where there are so many bullets flying across the screen that basically most of the screen is bullets.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So you don't really see a way that you can get around them, but there is a way to get around them. But it's such a precise way to do that. And I'm going to be honest. I've beaten all the bosses, but the tough part about it is that you can do what they call simple mode on them, which you can beat the bosses, but it cuts off like one of the transformations or the last transformation of that boss. But you cannot complete the game that way. The only way you can complete it is that you've got to complete it in regular. Because I think if you complete it in simple, you don't get the contract of the boss, which most of this game is just bosses as well.
Right.
If you complete it in regular, you get the contract. Now, you need all the contracts to go and face the last two bosses, which is King Dai and the Devil. It's not a spoiler. I think it's kind of obvious those two are the last bosses. And I've been told, now I haven't done that bit yet. I've been told that King Dai is one of the best boss fights that a lot of people have seen themselves.
Okay.
But like I said, Cuphead, I'm happy that it's finally come out this year. And it's on.
Yes, you were very excited for it.
I'm really excited. And it's on Xbox. It's an Xbox timed exclusive, I think. It might be coming out on PlayStation later on, hopefully, because I feel like it's a game that needs a bit more openness for it. And it's nice to see as well that they have actually said that they are going to be working on more Cuphead later on.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, even if it takes so many years again because of how it's designed, I'm happy to wait for this game. Just one thing I do.
You want a good game. You don't want a rush.
Yeah, well, I want it to stick with the 1930s style as well. The thing is, we want that cartoony look to it. The thing is, that is Cuphead.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say though is that keep it a secret. Don't announce it a couple of years beforehand. Because there's so much hype, and even though this game deserved it, I don't like knowing that it's there. I like it to say
there, but not there.
Yeah, we know it's there, but we don't want to know it's there. You know, because I've been to so many things like so many EGXs where that game has been there and it's changed so many times. Because I'm just saying, it's nice just to keep it behind closed doors for a little bit. Also, I just want to do one honourable mention that I couldn't add into this list. Another game which a franchise I love so much. It got do we count as a remaster or a remake?
I don't know what it is first.
Crash Bandicoot.
Not sure how you put it, but I suppose it is a remake or remaster, so you say.
I would say it's a remaster because it's the same thing, but it got made from scratch. I think they got the what's it called, the notes and stuff like that, but most of the stuff they couldn't really use, so it was remade completely. If anything, I think we could say it was a remake, but a remake remaster. It was the same games, just completely remade for it. And the thing is, I want to mention this one because, like I said, I'm a huge fan of the Crash Bandicoot series. But the thing about this is, I was more worried that, because we've seen this so many times, where nostalgia kicked in, and it felt like that when Crash Bandicoot was probably going to get that same thing, but it didn't turn out that way. It turned out that it was a huge hit. I think it was about 7 or 8 weeks at number 1 in the UK charts. It was, I would say, Crash Bandicoot was the game of the summer, if anything, here in the UK.
Yeah.
And it is nice because it's now made people especially Sony themselves, talk about bringing other games from that generation back in. I think it was at PSX this year. They announced that Medieval is going to be coming to the PlayStation 4. That's being remastered as well, which is another game that I highly enjoyed when I was younger. But like I said,
Spyro is another one that's been talked.
Yeah, Spyro's been talked about. Crash Team Racing as well has been talked about as well. But
okay.
Yeah, but the good thing about this is it's made. I think it's put a fresh breath of air back into the 3D platformers again. Crash Bandicoot has.
Right. Yeah.
And like I said, we've seen it where Sonic Mania has put a bit of fresh air back into the Sonic series again and shown that this is, like I said, what fans want. Hopefully Sega will run away with this and think this is what we should be doing. And like I said, even with Nintendo, which you don't really worry about Mario that much, but it's been such an improvement compared to what they had on the Wii U. And like I said, even with Zelda becoming an open world itself, it's been such a change to it that it's worked so well. And it's those risks that people have taken this year in gaming, which have worked so well, which is nice to see where they move on from later on down the line.
Yeah, whether they keep with that sort of thing or go back to their old ways.
Yeah. Right. Mate, do you want to ask the last 3 questions that we normally do at the end of this? You remember the 3 questions?
No, I think it'd be best if you...
The good point, the bad point, and what you expect.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Yeah. So my good point of this year is... You know what? I'm gonna say the Nights of Horror this year. I would say is my good point.
Okay, yeah.
So we've done Nights of Horror now for 3 years, and I think this year itself has been one of the best that we've done. Again, we've learned certain things from it, like we probably won't do it that long. I think the only reason we ended up doing it that long was that in October this year, 13th was Friday. So we kind of had to think, well, we've got Friday the 13th, we might as well play that game. But I think it is nice to see that how many people this year got involved with it. It was so inspiring, first of all, and it's nice to see that we could do this again next year, and I don't have to worry about that much of saying, hey, can you do this, can you do this, can you do this? The thing is, most of the time you guys, yeah, we'll do a horror game, it's Halloween, let's do this. And the thing is, it was such a nice thing. I'm trying to remember, what did you play this year? Again?
What did I do? I done that Evil Within 2.
Oh yeah, Evil Within 2. Which I think you did it just before Halloween, wasn't it? I think we did.
I can't remember what time I done it actually.
But it's same again. It was nice inspiration stuff like that we did, and I'm looking forward to doing next year's as well. Same with the Descent into Insanity. I'm looking forward to doing it again in 2018. Like I said, this time we're going to be probably doing it on the weekend instead. Yeah, like I said, it is more of the community, how it's improved over the years. And the thing is, I can't wait to see. I think next year is actually our 5th. Is it our 5th year? I think it's coming to our 5th year with Crave Your Game itself.
Right.
Which is, we've got to do something for that. I don't know what yet. We've got a couple of months yet before we can even think of something like that. The downside though this year, I don't want to say EA again. That's what we said with yours. But it's so tough not to, isn't it?
Downfall.
They did really, really bad this year. No, I'm going to say the downfall this year is I'm going to say my Xbox. You know what? I'm going to say Xbox themselves. So, like I said, this year, PlayStation and Sony and Nintendo have done so well. But the thing is, the Switch has done brilliantly. It's been bringing out brilliant games one after the other. PlayStation as well, they've done brilliantly, especially at the beginning of this year. Where actually, I want to change mine now. I've just realised which one I'm thinking of. There's two. I'm going with two then. But I'm going to sit with Xbox and another one. The PlayStation also did well at the beginning of this year as well.
Yeah.
But Xbox, especially when it came to exclusive titles, there were such letdowns. The thing is, what did we have? We had Forza 7, which, if you're not a racing fan, you're not going to enjoy that game. And then again, I think people have been saying that GT Sports is the better of the two games at the moment, which is heartbreaking. And okay, yeah, they did have Cuphead. Like I said, it was one of my favourite games of this year.
Yeah.
But that was pretty much it. The thing is, and Halo Wars 2, but I don't really count that. But that was pretty much it for this whole year.
Sorry, hang on, I've got to go. Hang on.
Okay. I'll just continue talking. So yeah, like I said, it's just been such a... You know what, we'll edit this bit out when it comes back. This is running 30 frames per second.
Sorry about that. The dog barking because of a postman, so I had to get it.
Nah, it's alright, I can cut that bit out anyway. Anyway, like I was saying, the thing is, it had Cuphead, it had Forza, and it had Halo Wars 2, and that was pretty much it for Xbox and exclusives this year. Which was heartbreaking for people who ended up buying the game. And okay, yeah, it's got PUBG, but I'm going to be honest, it's rubbish on the Xbox. The thing is, I've been told
I've heard some stuff that even the PC's not great at times.
Yeah, and the thing is, at the same time, it's still early access. The thing is, I understand that it's been a really popular game this year, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, but
yeah,
I'm just saying, I think Epic has done a better job with what's it called, Fortnite, and that's available on both systems.
Yes, so, it is. PC as well.
And on PC as well. It's available on on all three systems. No offense, Switch, we do count you as a sister, it's just that you haven't got it. But like I said, I think it hurt even more because at the beginning of this year, we was expecting a game called Scalebound to come out for the Xbox as well. And they kind of just pulled that away as well. To a point that, if anything, it benefited Sony a lot more because it was being made by... I forgot who made it. Either way, it was being made for Xbox only, the Scalebound, and they were also making Nier Automata on the PlayStation. I think it was Deep. Was it Deep Silver? It was Deep Silver, actually, that was doing the publishing for that. One sec, I can do this. Nier Automata. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so it was Square Enix, Platinum Games. That's it, Platinum Games. Yeah, Platinum Games was doing that Scalebound, and it kind of fell through, and it just made people go towards the PlayStation side of it instead, where they ended up playing that game because they said, look, if you want a Platinum game, go to that game instead, and it became one of the better games that came out this year. And it just left Microsoft. Okay, they had the games that were coming out on PlayStation as well, but the thing is, if they were coming out on PlayStation, why not just get yourself a PlayStation?
Yeah.
which I'm hoping that that Microsoft have got a few more exclusives that come out that isn't Gears of War or Halo or Forza. You know, the usual franchises. I'm sick of those franchises. I want something new. And but at the moment, it just seems that if we're going to get that, you've got to go into Nintendo or Sony at the moment. And then at the same time, it's not a full exclusive when it does come out as an exclusive on the Xbox, because you get it as a play anywhere, which you also can play on PC. So
yeah.
I don't know. I'm more worried for Microsoft's gaming side of things. And like I said, the Xbox One X. What is the point of that? Seriously, what is the point of that system? The thing is, okay, it runs a little bit faster, and if you've got a 4K TV, it looks a little bit prettier. But apart from that, it's £450, especially if you've already got an Xbox already. I don't think it's worth it, I would say. I think did you get an Xbox One X?
Yeah, mine one was falling to pieces anyway.
Yeah, that's the difference. The thing is, if your console's falling to pieces, then yeah, go and get one yourself. But like I said, if you've got a working...
My distro wasn't working, and
yeah.
I had it since the Christmas had come out, and at some point I will get a 4K TV as well.
Exactly. The thing is, if you're preparing for this kind of stuff, then it's a completely different thing. But like I said, if you've got a pretty good working Xbox already, there's no point of buying it. Just to have it
if mine was working perfectly, I wouldn't have bought an Xbox One.
Yeah. But yeah, my other downside of this year as well, I'm gonna, just because I want to be a little bit equal, I am a little bit upset with Sony this year as well, and the main reason is it's basically Minecraft itself, what they did. Where this year we had Minecraft, the play together type of thing wanted, where we've had PC, Xbox, Switch I think is coming, or it has already come together on this, and mobile. Now you can play, like for example, I play on PC when we're playing Minecraft on the Realm server. But I would have loved it so much for PlayStation to also be included into this. But by the sounds of things, it's PlayStation themselves that's saying, no, we don't want to be part of this. Which, at the same time, I understand why. The thing is, they're the best-selling console this year. They don't really need this. But at the same time, it's... Don't think of what you guys want. Think what your players want. The thing is, you're supposed to be for the players. That is your slogan for the PlayStation 4. And the players want Minecraft so they can play with their Xbox, their PC, their Switch, their mobile friends, and play all together into one server. And the thing is, we've heard so many times that they've turned this whole idea of cross-play down between consoles. I think the Rocket League is another example that it's available. The thing is, basically they've just got to flick a switch and it'll be available for them.
Yeah, because I think there was a little accident with Fortnite where PlayStation and Xbox players ended up playing with or against each other. I think there was a little news snippet of that.
Yeah, I think people...
So it is there.
I think people figured it out because I think, is it on PlayStation you can't have spaces, but with Xbox you can in your username.
Yes.
So that's how they figured that out. But like I said, it is available, but you can tell it is Sony that's saying no to it. And it is just...
Yeah, because I say Microsoft are all prepared, ready for it.
Yeah. The thing is, hopefully Sony will change their mind next year and we will get that... they'll look a bit more into cross-play. Because that is the thing that a lot of people have been asking for, is that ability to play with their friends. And I'm going to be honest, it's going to be more beneficial to the PlayStation if they accept it. Like I said, they've got the exclusive games. The thing is, that's what would make people more focused on certain consoles, will be for the exclusive games that they have. Okay, they already are a little bit, but if you can have it that you can play with your friends on the Xbox, play with your friends on the Switch, then that's what they'll be focusing on. the games that come out for that console and only for that console. If anything, it's going to be more damaging for the Xbox. But yeah, that's like I said, two things that really have upset me this year. And another thing that, like I said, we already spoke about that in yours, which I felt like we didn't want you to speak about it anymore. I think everyone hates EA.
Oh, EA sucking.
EA sucking, yeah. And everything that's been around that. Anyway, yeah, for 2018, thing I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to Monster Hunter Worlds, to be honest.
Alright.
Yeah, after playing the beta the other week, which was exclusive to the PlayStation. Not the game, the beta, sorry. After playing that, I realised how much I actually enjoyed that series, and it's nice to see that the game is actually coming out on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. The thing is, the series has been locked down on Nintendo for quite a long time now. I think the last time that it wasn't on Nintendo was when it came out on PS Vita or PlayStation Portable, one of those two. And the game looks so beautiful, and I think me and Tastic had a go of it together in one game, which unfortunately we didn't record. And especially with the timer on it, I think we had 20 minutes to defeat this boss. The rush you get from that game, you're trying to get them because you don't see the timer at all. You have no idea how long you've got left. Okay. Which is a benefit and a disadvantage, but it's nice to see that. And
yeah,
I don't know. It is definitely a game I'm really looking forward to. That one. I'm also trying to think. Looking forward to Detroit Become Human, which we can talk a little bit now because you forgot to add that in your list until the very end.
Yeah.
So I think with me that has now fully sold me on that game was what was showed at PSX, I would say, where they did actually run through the gameplay of that. I think they did the what they're saying is the first mission where you've got to try and save a girl who had been who's become a hostage to one of the androids on there, and they're basically standing on the edge of a roof or something like that.
Yeah.
The thing is, I love that series of games that Nick Cage, who writes them into, and he did what's it called? Heavy Rain. He did Beyond Two Souls. Sorry, that's it. And I think this game is just going to be even better compared to the other two, especially when we've been told how much has been written for this as well, and how many different options that you can go down with that game. Things like you said, you're excited about that game as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
But also, hopefully, if it does come out this year, with some more information about Pokemon game coming on the Switch. I'm looking forward to finding out a bit about that. Bayonetta 3 as well, which got announced during the Video Game Awards. I'm looking forward to seeing that one as well. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I'm looking forward to? You know what? Like I said, I'm looking forward to. There's quite a few things. I think next year is going to be another great year for gaming as well.
Yes, it will.
Especially, I think this will be coming up to the 5th year of the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, isn't it? So I won't be surprised.
I think so. Yeah.
I won't be surprised if we start hearing a few talks about the next consoles as well. Even though we've had the Xbox One X and the Pro, thing is, you got to feel like they are just halfway marks for those for the current gen consoles.
Yeah.
So I won't be surprised if we hear some talks about it. Probably nothing's going to pop out. Also, my prediction for next year, I'm going to say, I've got a feeling we're going to see the end of Nintendo's handheld side of things. I think they're going to start to embrace the fact that the Switch a lot of people are going to be using that more like a handheld than the 3DS.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you've already seen it where we've got Pokemon starting to jump ship over to the Switch side of things as well. And the thing is, they're probably going to be more focused on mobile than the handheld side of things. The thing is, we've already seen it with the Animal Crossing game, the Mario game that came out as well. Because they're using that as a jump start. Say, oh, you enjoyed this game? Well, here's a Switch. You can play more games from that there. But yeah, I'm definitely interested to see more what Nintendo's doing next year as well. The thing is, they've done so well this year. I'm hoping that they don't screw it up. I don't see them screwing it up. So yeah, that's what I feel like is going to happen next year anyway.
Yeah.
So, anyway, mate, thank you for joining me in my top 5.
That's all right.
It's definitely a lot easier when you're talking to somebody about it than just talking to the camera, even though, hi camera. No one can see me, but say, hi camera. So we hopefully will be back tomorrow with another top 5. Who will it be? We don't know. But again, Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, Kev, again, mate. And
Merry Christmas.
And Happy New Year to you all. Looking forward to 2018. See what we're doing there. It will be a mystery. See you, everybody.